Hey everybody, it's Andy's Free Guitar Chart Videos here. Welcome to my YouTube subscribers, my Facebook group friends, and anyone who's found this video, please like and subscribe and follow the instructions below for the URL put together to access the public group Andy's Free Guitar Chart Videos, where you can view the videos in one coherent video and the charts in fairly good resolution. Just set the video to 720p resolution and not on auto, and it should keep it out of trouble. It's better to get a little jitter than to have it go into a blurring mode. So we got chart 421 today. It's Saturday. We're gonna have a lesson. Chart 421, CAGED and CDEGAC. Chord shape navigation, extra cutout pen scales, and then we have, let's surprise the next chart, and we'll get to that, which is 422, the black keys, key of G flat, Piano Magic black keys, key of G flat pentatonics, which is a subject in itself, and I put a chart to it. You can take a look at that now. So we have the key of G flat, and you can see the black keys there in my standard guitar inlays. Okay, which is we have our black keys. Starting to wear off here a little bit because I didn't laminate that little bit, and now I'm paying for it, right? Because I look and sometimes I think that's an F. So we have that, and we have to discuss the first chart. 421. Okay, and what we got here is chord shape navigation. Okay, so let's look at the key of C, or a capo on the third of any key. Okay, so you got the key of C here. If I put the capo here and call this the key of D, right? Because this is the key of C, then this would be the key of D, right? No, it would be one below. It would be key of B flat. Okay, so this would be the third of B flat, which would be D, and it is the third of B flat. So it's the second of C, and it's the third of B flat. Put it up here, believe it or not, then it should be the key of D. Okay, so we'll just leave the capo where you're tuned to the key of E here. We could call it the key of C if we're playing in the key of C. That was what was a little confusing there. So let's look at this. We have the key of C or the capo on the third of any key. Now, in Caged, we have this little diagram here that we can use. Actually, I have it on the next chart. It's on the next chart. It's right here. I brought this back into the spotlight. You have caged, the word caged. If we go up the guitar neck towards the end, towards the highest notes, we use the word caged in shape navigation. If we go towards the fret nut down here, okay, so if we go up this way, we use the word caged. If we go this way, going forth, we use the pentatonic scale, D, E, G, A, C, backwards. Whether it's minor or major, it's going to follow a pentatonic scale like that. So that's, yeah, and of course fifth goes up in strings and fourth goes down in string shapes. Okay, but horizontally we can use going to the right as you're playing is the caged horizontally. Okay, now I don't understand why this says horizontally can use caged or this. Alright, so that's wrong. I mean, that little diagram, I'm not sure what I meant there. The problem is when you write the word D-E-G-A-C, we tend to read it from left to right. And that's why I just rather just use the word cage, and then we have to read it from right to left if we're going to the left. If we're going to the right, we read it from left to right as we go through that. So it's my bad there, a little misunderstanding there. Not sure what I meant when, you know, but that's pretty much where the crisscross of the signals was. And then we have the key of G flat, which is chart 422. Black magic keys here. Root 2, 3, 5, 6. The 5 black keys, the accidentals in each octave on the piano is, if you look at it, is G flat, A flat, B flat, D flat, E flat is the key of G flat. Okay, so we can play that easily if we look at just the black notes as the pentatonics there, no matter where we're starting here. Okay, so here's where your capo is. So I just look for those black keys. Okay, it's really easy. Now, according to this particular diagram here, this is what I was playing there, root 2, 3, 5. So this is obviously an E shape there. If we put that capo on that root, on that G flat right there, just up one whole step. So you put your capo on up one whole step there. By the way, I apologize for skipping to the second chart, but that's the one that I worked on this morning. I'm pretty tired. I had to take like one of those cold pills last night. Yeah, I had to because I couldn't breathe. Okay, so what we've got here is root 2, like that. Now this would be sunken now. We can't get that anymore. Okay, so let's get a little black on the palette here. And then, but these are the strings, E, A, D, G, B, E. But we can't get this particular fret. Okay, so we just, I guess I didn't need any black on my palette. I just had to cut it. So there we go. Now we can't get that full E shape anymore that we had when we had the capo down here, and I just played that. But still we can play those black notes. Oh, what happened? 2, 3, 5, 6, root 2. Okay, we're above the capo there. That was an E. So we've got 2, 3, we're right down here. Here's the capo. Capo on the G flat. So we've got 2, 3, 5, 6, root 2, 3, 5. So the shapes are a lot easier to identify. This is obviously the D box. And what's up there in front next is the C box. Okay, so it's very easy to identify the boxes here. There's our A box right there. So that's just a little magic there for you.